All right, Lord of Connections is here, guys. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Number one, let's go ahead and start with the connections. The Goonies has a connection with something that goes on in a lot of places, and they're called sundown towns. And usually, what that means is you're not going to find one black person there. There is not one African American. I don't even think there's a biracial person in this film. I have looked, I have searched, I've tried. I looked for the kitchen. I even looked in the grave. I don't even think that people died in the story. So with that being said, that's a hell of a connection. Good job. Hey, I feel like I'm back in the 80s now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So with that also being said, look here. I'm all about, to me, this movie is the Shrek of when, you know how when we're kids you watch something, you see it one way, but as an adult you see it differently. Mm-hmm. The antagonists are one of the people in the film, not antagonists, but one of the people in the film is One-Eyed Willie. I'm like, okay, I see that, One-Eyed Willie. And again, I'm not trying to get too nasty here, but the director's name is Richard Dick. And then Copperpot. What was it? Chester Copperpot. Chester, Dick, One-Eyed Willie. It's a lot of penis going around in this film.
Yeah, there is. I mean,
don't get me started.
The statue?
I'll get there. All hands on Dick. Forget all hands on deck.
Yeah.
What the was that? And then she came in here. She like, what is that? It's upside down. Like, Jesus Christ, the Statue of David. It was the Statue of David, wasn't it? And you're David.
I'm trying not to think too much about the implications.
It's too late.
I don't want to tarnish a childhood gem.
But what about the childhood that were tarnished? Okay, I'm just going to keep going there. This movie can be connected to a lot of things. Some people say Pirates of the Caribbean. Some people say this. Some people say that. I'm going to take it one step further. Give me my motherfucking Scooby snacks. This is straight out of Scooby-Doo. I would have gotten away with it if you were your kids. You know what I'm saying? You got Sloth is the Scooby. Chunk is the good-looking guy, so definitely a big connection there, man.
That's like a fun alternate universe.
A fun alternate universe. And guys, that is the Lord of Connections. But before we leave you, we have the AOC in the place to be, the atheist of connection. Dave, take us away.
Alexandria Cortez here. There's, like I said, there's so much. I can't help it. I apologize.
No, you don't.
Sean Astin. Sean Astin. I'm just going to say Astin because it's A-S-T-I-N. Sean Astin.
Easy boy.
Sean Astin went from the leader of an adventurous brat pack in the 80s to a mentor-like character in a show fueled by 80s nostalgia about an adventurous brat pack, Stranger Things. So there's an obvious similarity there.
I like it.
This is not the first time that he had to follow a map on an adventurous journey with a bunch of misfits. You have the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I like that.
This is the easy one, but if we don't say it, I feel like some dicks in it, like Darius Wachovia, Mick McDonald's, gonna pop up in the comment thread.
He's an ass.
So we're just going to say for the sake of it, the cop talking to Chunk about his numerous cries for wolf says,
just like that last prank about all those little creatures that multiply when you throw water on them.
Of course, a reference to Gremlins, which is the other Columbus-Spielberg collaboration that was released 1 year prior. This is a personal one for me because I grew up listening to this band. One of Dada's many inventions were slick shoes.
Slick shoes! Slick shoes? Are you crazy?
This invention inspired the name of a Christian punk rock band from Antelope Valley, California in 1994, releasing their first album in 1997 under Tooth and Nail Records. Slick Shoes is actually still making music today with a recent album released by Tooth and Nail in September of 2020. And another rock band's name was inspired by the Goonies. The Fratellis are a Scottish rock band from Glasgow, formed in 2005. There's also a French easycore, whatever the hell that is, music group called Chunk No Captain Chunk. This connection is Mary Ellen Trainor, the mom, Mrs. Walsh, in the Goonies. So she was the mom in two other movies about a ragtag bunch of kids, it being Monster Squad and Little Giants. She was also the wife of Robert Zemeckis, who of course is connected to Spielberg in many collaborations, with Spielberg executive producing Zemeckis directed films such as the Back to the Future trilogy and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And really, when I was looking up Zemeckis films, if there was ever a director that you could easily mistake his work for being something that Spielberg did,
it's him.
Yeah, like think about, so you have Back to the Futures, Forrest Gump, Castaway, The Polar Express, A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, the CGI one. So how many of those films, and you're lying out there if you say none, have you mistaken or given Spielberg credit for?
I thought he did all of them.
Me too.
And that's me.
Zemeckis and Spielberg.
Is that
Yeah,
his?
Spielberg's just over there. He's got the. Anyway, Mary Ellen Trainor, rest in peace to one of the best movie moms ever. She passed away in 2015.
I still thought she was the mom from Cujo. I was so wrong.
This one is Joe Pantoliano.
Sweetheart, are you okay?
He cannot catch a break with kids. He's getting his ass kicked all over the place as Francis Fratelli in the Goonies, and then to Baby's Day Out, where he played Norby, getting his ass handed to him by a infant. Baby's Day Out was written by another 80s titan and champion of underdog kids banding together, Mr. John Hughes. Pantoliano was also Gabe Ugliano in Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief, and as mentioned before, that was directed by Chris Columbus as well, who wrote The Goonies. He was also Captain Howard in the Bad Boys franchise and Cypher in The Matrix.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steal your
Okay.
lightning. I'm not, guys. Oh boy, you moved on from that fast. I'm gonna let you have that one because I got something totally different. But he's really underrated. I will say that as an actor, like he's been there. To me, he'll always be the guy from the Goonies. I know how much people love him as Cypher, but he'll always be the guy from the Goonies to me. And not the guy, but Captain Howard. TNT, Tactical Narcotics Team. Sorry.
I got 6.
What the fuck is going on over here?
Data swings into the Walsh home. There's just so much about this movie. I couldn't help it.
The fans have come accustomed to looking to my connections because they're not something they can find on the internet. This is things that Roy has done over years. Don't you realize I made football team in my life?
You have a very nice original set of not found anywhere. But I think together we provide a full encompassing
so it's DP, double penetration. I'm with it. Go.
Data swings into the Walsh home while the theme song for James Bond plays. Robert Davi. Robert Davi.
It's Davi.
Robert Davi. He plays the villain Jake Fratelli. He would also play the main villain in the James Bond film License to Kill, released 4 years after the Goonies.
Was that Pierce Bronson? Or was that our guy Sean Connery?
I don't know.
I think it was Pierce.
I don't follow 007.
It was Pierce.
Okay.
I'm real.
Free Willy, Keith Walker. Keith, not One-Eyed Willie, the whale.
You still
not one. Keith Walker, who plays Mr. Walsh, he was so fascinated by Astoria, Oregon, he would later use the location as inspiration for the one and only screenplay he would ever write, Free Willy, which was executive produced by Goonies director Dick Donner. Speaking of Donner, when Sloth rips off his shirt, revealing the Superman logo, it is accompanied by John Williams' Superman theme. Richard Donner, of course, also directed Superman 1 and 2. And I'm going to save that one for last because that one's nuts. So the E.T., the shot where Brand is almost murdered by Troy, goes airborne on the bike, very reminiscent of...
Even to the hood he has on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what really made it.
Mm-hmm.
And... I just have a note here because I didn't really know how to make the connection, but there's got to be something there. This is a movie about pirates written by Chris Columbus.
Well, as long as the name of the boat wasn't Anina Pinton de Santa Maria, I'm fine.
My last one is Back to the Future. At about 10 minutes into the movie, we see a calendar revealing that it's October of 1985. At around 7 minutes into the movie, Mouth says that it's a Saturday. 43 minutes into the movie, the front page of a newspaper is dated October 24th, which was a Thursday. Put all this together and we find that the action of the movie takes place on Saturday, October 26, 1985, which happens to be the exact same day that the events of the first Back to the Future take place.
Are you kidding me? Mm-mm. So this is all about the flux capacitor.
Yeah, it's all...
I love it. All right.
Hey guys, Durden here, coming to you live from post-production. I had to cut this into the connection segment because as I was pulling the stock footage for the episode, I stumbled across something that was as interesting as it is intriguing, as it is heartbreaking, that I just had to share. So, Scott Adam was the unit production manager on the Goonies. And this is really ironic. After he retired, he and his wife went into missionary work. They had a yacht. They would travel around the world on this yacht with Bibles, spreading them places that needed Bibles, I guess. They were doing this since December of 2004. It was in February of 2011 that their 58-foot yacht. Now, you remember the Somali pirates, right? Tom Hanks, Captain Phillips, all that, mid-2000s. Well, in February of 2011, those Somali pirates hijacked Adams's 58-foot yacht. It was on February 22nd, 2011, that tragically Scott and his wife Jean Adam, along with their two friends, were murdered by the Somali pirates. So that was just, crazy ironic, right? Obviously tragic, but insane. So that's one last bonus connection. Back to the show. I think we are fully connected.
Oh yeah, we're all there. USB and USC.
Yeah.
There we go.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.